I'm a flying bird. No, I'm not. Bang.
Hello, Bertie Gregory. How are you doing?
Hello, full name. Very formal.
Secrets of the Penguins. My goodness, there's a lot to unpick from this series. I want to kick off with the journey. We get to see the perilous journey of those poor emperor penguin chicks. Their parents are like, off you go, get your own food. They've got to survive so much hardship, and then they end up on the edge of a cliff. I mean, how did it feel watching that unfold in real time?
Yeah, I mean, we watch these chicks grow up, right? So you get an attachment to them. They have these little amazing friendships between them, but you kind of feel like you're part of the gang, part of the group. And most of them, the normal way that an emperor penguin takes its first swim is off of the sea ice, where they jump in and it's a 1 or 2 foot high drop. But as you said, this group that we found of several hundred took a wrong turn on their way to the sea and found themselves at the top of a 50-foot giant ice cliff. And this had never been filmed before, so I didn't know if these chicks could survive a fall from such a height. And yeah, it's like, I mean, turning up for your first swimming lesson and someone's like, oh yeah, the teacher's not here. Oh, and by the way, you're not going in at the shallow end. Go off the Olympic diving board.
I mean, that was what it really made me think of, like when I was a kid and I decided I was ready for the big diving board. And then you realise you weren't, because you saw all these penguins kind of standing on the edge and then they turn back and they're trying to go back, but it's too late. The crowd's already moving forward. And I mean, that made me think, does such a thing as a penguin belly flop exist, or are they just built to go in like that?
No, I mean, before this project, I thought that penguins can't fly. I still feel that way. Yeah, like some of them actually, it's funny you say it was too late. The first ones to go wanted to go there. Like they were confident. I guess they were like, well, no one's ever shown me how to get in, so I assume this is normal.
Yeah.
And I just sent it and just like winged out and just jumped. And it was very on purpose. Some of the others were less sure and got pushed in by their friends. But yeah, most of them actually like chose to jump in, and some of them went in with full style points, 10 out of 10 from the Olympic diving judges. Some of them kind of fell in sideways, some of them went over backwards, and yeah, some of them tried flapping their wings. They were like, I'm a flying bird. No, I'm not. Bang.
Deep down in my evolution somewhere.
Yeah, someone's messed up. Yeah.
I mean, these guys, they have to face a lot. I mean, even before they get out of the egg, there is that tense egg exchange between mum and dad. The egg has to go from kind of one pouch to the other.
Yeah, if it's on the ice for more than a few minutes, the chick inside will freeze and it won't ever hatch.
But the team managed to capture for the first time how they prepare for this.
Yeah, so Pete and Helen, good friends of mine, were filming that particular sequence, and they for the first time they filmed this pair that hadn't laid their egg yet, practicing that egg exchange with a snowball. It was the most Antarctic thing that ever happened. It meant that by the time their egg got laid, they had their system really dialed in and super efficient.
It is amazing. Penguins do like the opposite of going on tiptoes. It's like popping a healy to just go.
Exactly, yeah. To kind of make a scoop for the egg to land in. Yeah.
Amazing. And I mean, that's because the conditions are so harsh. Camera crew, crucially, not penguins. So
good observation.
Yeah, I'm sharp.
Oh, I really hope that little chick's okay.
You can't tolerate the same conditions that these penguins.
We don't have their amazing feathers. Totally, yeah. I mean, that is basically the biggest challenge of filming penguins. Yeah, I mean, emperor penguins in particular, they raise their chicks in deepest, darkest winter in Antarctica, which is arguably the toughest conditions on Earth. It can be -50, 100-mile-an-hour winds. Yeah, not a fun place to go filming. But yeah, it's about wearing lots of clothes. And actually, you know, especially flying the drone, you need a lot of dexterity with your fingers, right? So one of the things that I did was I took heated gloves and modified the cabling so that the heated gloves could actually run off my camera batteries. So yeah, I had toasty warm fingers and with pretty thin gloves, so I can still, you know, have all my dexterity to fly the drone, use all our technical camera stuff.
Innovation.
Yeah,
I love it.
I remember I saw heated gloves for the first time. Someone suggested them to me, and I was like, it's cheating a bit. This is being a bit soft.
Yeah.
And then I had a go and was like, I don't care.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Don't care if it's not very Scott of the Antarctic.
Work smarter, not harder. Yeah, if Scott of the Antarctic had had the option for heated gloves, he would have taken them.
I agree. You did get to enjoy some warmer climates as well, though.
Yeah.
And I mean, you awarded top penguin behaviour to that pelican scene. Can you talk us through it?
Yeah, so the Galapagos penguin lives in the Galapagos, as their name suggests. And I think that's probably the most surprising species in the whole series. There's 18 species of penguin. I think most people, when they think of penguins, they think of Antarctica, icebergs, cold. Well, this penguin is one of the rarest. There's only 2,000 of them estimated, and they live in the Galapagos Islands. So instead of living on an iceberg, they live on the sides of volcanoes, very near the equator. And as you said, yeah, they don't hunt alongside things that you would expect to see penguins near. This penguin is spending so much of her time swimming along, looking around above her head. She's totally watching the pelicans. You know, we saw them with, you know, sea turtles and sea lions and tuna and pelicans, and they have learnt to exploit their neighbours. So yeah, this one bunch of penguins, they've figured out that they can steal off of pelicans. So pelicans are really good at finding food because they can fly. They dive, and when they dive, they take in a big mouthful of water, and they are stuck on the surface while they're sieving out each mouthful of water, getting the fish out of all that water.
So undignified.
Exactly. Like that. And the penguins are like, and they come zooming over and they steal fish out the sides of the beak of the pelican. This pelican's massive mouth full of water and fish. And it's got to push that water out its mouth and hold on to the fish. And that's the point at which they're vulnerable. Oh, penguin's going for it. No way. Stealing fish right out the beak of the pelican. Yeah, clever little
It's
paper.
impressive. It's outrageous, but it is impressive.
Outrageous is right. Yeah, sneaky little things.
I was speaking to a penguin expert recently, and they claimed that Gentoo penguins are the most charming chicks. What do you have to say about that?
I think they're very wrong. Yeah, I've spent a lot of time in Gentoo penguin colonies. They live in some of the busiest colonies. So Gentoo penguins, they need rock to breed on, and in Antarctica, bare rock is actually very rare. Most of it is covered by ice. Less than 1% of Antarctica is bare rock. So the colonies are really crammed into these little patches of rock, so they stink, and they're always fighting, and it's just like, it's a really intense place to be. Whereas you compare that to like an emperor penguin colony, and there is some poo on the snow, but everyone's a little more spread out and chilled. Everyone's like, oh, hello. Yeah. It's all very like calm and royal, as their name suggests, and polite. Whereas, Gentoo penguins, they're just like always squabbling and fighting. And actually, one of the funniest things I saw was flying the drone over the colony, and you realise that the space between the nests, the distance, is determined by how far a Gentoo penguin can poo. Like, literally, a Gentoo penguin's nest distance is determined by when they turn around and go, psst, it lands just out of range. So they're all like just out of like missile range of each other. And that is when you know you're in a difficult place to live, when you're surrounded by these pooey projectiles coming at you.
Suddenly you feel like your neighbours aren't so bad. And just to finish on, I've got a couple of quick fire questions.
Sweet.
Filming in extreme cold or extreme heat?
Oh, I choose cold any day. Yeah, you can put more clothes on, you can't take more clothes off.
Happy Feet or Pingu?
Neither. I hate both of them, for the record.
What about sweat bees or leopard seals?
Oh, leopard seals, always. Yeah, I mean, leopard seals are great fun. You know, they're bold and curious, and they can be aggressive, but generally it's a really cool interaction. Sweat bees just want to go in all your soggy bits. Like, they just want to go in your eyes and your ears and your nose. Oh, horrible.
And for my final question, to test how well you really know penguins, why don't penguins like rock music?
Why don't penguins like rock music? Pass.
Because they only like soul. Well, it's been a
slow clap and a groan.
I hope I haven't ruined this press day for you. And nice to see you.
I won't be using that joke, but yeah, it's lovely to hang out.